We are here with Paul McGann, the eighth Doctor from the Doctor Who series, from the movie actually. And
They call it the
finish,
movie, yeah.
20 years coming up this year. Does it seem like it's been 20 years since the movie?
No, time has gone so quickly. It's alarming.
That's a good thing.
Because both my kids were little. Little. In fact, I remember when we were shooting the things, occasionally, if they wanted to play with the TARDIS, the production had to stop for 10 minutes. That's how little they were. And but I can't. And now they're 28 and 25 or whatever it is. So,
wow, yeah. Tempest Fugit.
Indeed. It doth.
Now, when you took on the role, there was a lot of the fan pushback about the kiss with you and Grace, Daphne Ashbrook. Had this gone on into a series, do you think that may have been something that would have been pre-David Tennant and Billie Piper, maybe a little bit of romance between the Doctor and his companion? Was that...
I kind of hope not.
And hope not?
I hope not.
You don't like the idea of the Doctor and the companion?
No, and I liked it when Capaldi said, I'm not your boyfriend.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in that. You need that distance.
Mm-hmm.
He's a romantic figure in the general sense, but I don't think he should be not in the salacious sense.
Right.
It doesn't work like that.
So other than that, did you like the Tennant run? As Tenth Doctor? Everything else just didn't like the romantic aspect of it?
But it also, going back to your original point, when we made the pilot, the movie, neither of us, Daphne nor me, had any idea that this was somehow contentious or...
Right, yeah.
I have no idea. I didn't realise the Doctor kissed or never kissed anybody.
Right.
It was only when the thing had gone out, and there was a hoo-ha about it. But whatever.
Yeah, no big deal with it.
Did Matt Smith get to kiss people?
I think Karen Gillan laid one on him at some point during his run, and I think
as the boys got younger and prettier, it was going to probably be inevitable.
Right, I guess that's true. There's that aspect of it. Right.
Yeah. But who wants to see us old boys?
Yeah, William Hartnell doing something with, that probably wouldn't have flown back then anyway. But what about the Big Finish? Now, I think you've done, if I'm not mistaken, more Big Finishes than any other of the actors to play the Doctor previously. Am I correct?
Really?
70, I think?
70, 80, yeah.
70, yeah.
Well, really, the Eighth Doctor, that's most of his stuff. It's most of the stories, most of, he's lived really on these audios. Which is kind of neat, and it's bridged the gap, if you like, between
classic and new.
Yeah, and also my own little filmed offerings. I only did the movie in '96 and the 6-minute thing in
That's right. Yes.
Around the 50th. So most of the things I've ever done has been on the radio. I like that thing.
I was going to ask you now: is it harder to act when you're doing the audio thing, because then you've got the other person to play off of, and there's the surroundings? Are you more comfortable with it at this point? Kind of prefer it?
I do kind of prefer it. I think. That said, it was a real hoot to go back and.
Oh, I'm sure that was.
Put the clothes on again, and
you didn't have to do the wig at least this time.
Indeed. This is real, folks. Don't forget. No, I've really grown to love the radio. There's a strong tradition of it in Britain anyway. And it's kind of a shame that in the United States there was once a strong tradition.
That's right, yeah.
And it's lapsed, But I think people, by dint of things like Big Finish, have realised again that, particularly with sci-fi.
Oh yeah.
Or anything that involves, an audience's. You have to submit your imagination. You do the work,
right?
In a sense, that these things are as big and as exciting as you imagine them.
It's a great. Paul McGann saying, "Listen to more radio, people." That's what he's saying.
For
yes,
that,
I agree.
And particularly since the 50th, we've been doing these. The Big Finish. I've personally been doing them, I think, since 2003 or 4. But it's only really since the 50th, around that time. And then we did the 5 Doctors. I mean, the light at the end.
Right. Yeah.
That here in America, it's a word of mouth thing. It's really the pennies dropped with it, And kids are saying, they're giving them to their friends, and And of course you have the here, people take 4, 5, 6 hour, 8 hour car journeys.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah,
you can
travel.
listen to 2 or a whole box set of these things on these. They're perfect to listen to in the car.
Yeah.
So now, we've begun to sell a lot more here. And Big Finish has only one way of operating. The more we
Right.
sell, the more we can make. So it's been, I wouldn't say boom time, but it's been a real shot in the arm.
I've listened to a
That's fun,
couple.
yeah.
My friend says actually a lot of them are even better than the series themselves even at high points.
Well, in a way, you can finish them. The stories you can, you can tell whole episodes in whole stories in 2 hours. And like I say, without labouring the point, there are things you can do on the radio that you couldn't afford to do.
Absolutely. Yeah,
on
that
TV
makes
and
sense.
visual media. Yeah, it would cost you hundreds of thousands
Right.
just to do. You can. I like him.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like him, and we'll always do them.
Good.
There's
Yeah,
no
Tom
end,
Baker's coming back for a series,
there's-
so
There's no end of them really. I'll just do them till they say stop.
So as a doctor, let me ask you, who was your doctor when you look back?
Well, I'm old enough to remember Hartnell.
Really?
Yeah, so I remember those episodes when I was at school and I was a kid. And in those days, maybe it was the same here, with only 3 TV channels anyway.
Yeah, we had one channel here I'm in Oklahoma, but in St. Louis we had Channel 9, started showing them in the 80s, I think, and they started with some of the
Yeah.
Tom Baker episodes.
But so it was a question of whether you were a fan or not as a kid. You watched everything anyway.
Right.
So I remember being 5, 6, 7 years old and turning up for school. Whether maybe it was on a Thursday, go to school on a Friday, and the kids would be in the playground, acting the thing out. I can remember
neat.
that. Yeah, or whatever was on, they'd act that. Did you see this last night? They'd act the thing out. And someone was the Doctor, and someone was a Yeti or a Dalek or whatever it was. I can remember that. And it was him. It was Hartnell, and he seemed impossibly old to us.
Looking back at those, I mean, even now, yeah, it's
But strangely, he was younger than I am now. He was 52, 53, 54 when he was doing it.
yeah.
But he's got this white wig on.
Right.
He was like this. He seemed to us like this Victorian
Yeah.
gentleman, and I liked that. So that's what I meant. He was our doctor, and he had that kind of sternness. He had a twinkle, but there was a seriousness to him, or I suppose an austere
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
Capaldi has it.
Yes, he does.
He harks most back to Hartnell. I think that's why I like him. Kids and Capaldi and me are the same age, so that's what we remember.
Huh, I didn't realize that you were the same age. I thought he might be a little older. I mean, you look very young, so I'm not just saying it. He does. Look at him.
And I smell. Don't tell him, but I smell like Virginia Hay. She gave me a hug with her perfume on before.
There are
you
worse
can't see
things to
that.
smell like. I mean,
I agree. No, but like I say, Capaldi to me harks back to the beginning,
yeah.
and for that reason, if only for that reason, I think he's going to be the one. I think.
There have been talks, and again, it might be just fan speculation, rumor that Matt Smith, when Capaldi regenerates, some people have said, well, Matt Smith might come back and do a regeneration again. If someone approached you and say, hey, would you be willing to reprise it on the TV for a couple of seasons? You just get done saying you like the big finishes, but if they invite you back and say, would you be willing to do 1 or 2 series on the BBC, would you do it?
Well, that would be amazing. Yeah, well, you'd be a fool not to. Not to. Of course.
I mean, and
Of course, it's we're actors, and first and foremost, it's got to be a good script.
yeah.
The idea is a lovely idea, but unless the material supports the idea, it's like when I came back to do Night of the Doctor. Moffat calls and says, "Okay, it's an idea. Do you fancy it?" Not in those words. I said, "But send me a script." He said, "Well, I haven't written a script." But it's Moffat,
Yeah.
He said, "You say yes. You tell me yes now. I'll write one." But of course, it's all about the story. But yeah. I think I'm getting a bit long in the tooth for these 19-hour days or whatever it is they shoot now.
It would be a grueling schedule, I hear.
Yeah. TV's TV. I think it's worse here in the States. You know, the workloads are tough. I think I got a bit soft these days. I don't mind coming back for 6 minutes.
You're used, right.
Yeah.
So how long do the big finish ones usually take for you to do?
Big finish, we can do a script in a day. So, we get together maybe 3-4 times a year. We get together for 3 or 4 days, and we get 4, 5, 6, maybe 6 stories done. So they're quick, and you can wear your own clothes.
That must be nice, yeah.
Yeah, and everyone's
pajamas if you wanted.
Everyone's in the room together.
So it's not like one of those Hollywood where I'm going to send my part of the voiceover in and they'll dub it all together. So you guys actually all do sit down.
Occasionally that happens, if somebody like Alex Kingston might have to be in it, but she can't be there or whatever. Of course you can do that. But for the most part, no, we're all in the same room.
That's neat. That'd be
And
cool just to be a fly on the wall.
Yeah, and these isolation booths. Yeah, you should. I wish there were pictures.
Yeah,
you could see it. It's purpose built. It's just like whatever. It's just chipboard, but they built windows. We can see each other in the windows, like headphones,
right?
Screaming our heads up. But we're all connected.
That'd be so neat to see.
I like it.
Watch a filming of one of those. The making of. That'd be neat.
One day when you come over, you should.
I just might. Don't tempt me.
Visit the studio. We'll feed you as well.
Oh, fantastic! See, free
best
food.
I'm
not going to turn it down.
Yeah. Is this your card?
That's my card. Yes. So yes, he said it. Listen to the radio.
There you go.
Do what your doctor says.
Yeah.
And we'll put this up on YouTube, and the audio will be pulled for the radio show. So if you're listening to this, you might be listening to it on the radio right now. It's all one big circle. So, Paul McGann, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
Pleasure to talk to you.
Yeah, listen to this guy.
Thank you.